Nine Souls is a 2D platformer. It is inspired by Sekiro, so it has a Sekiro-like parry system, and that factors very heavily into the way the combat is done. What happens is, as you play through the game, you play as a character named Yi. He uses basically talismans. They call them Fu charms in the game, but that's basically his form of attack. You know, he just takes these things and kind of smacks you around with them. But what you can do is when you get a perfect parry, you can charge them up. And starting off, at least in the demo, you can charge them up to 3 times. They do have kind of tech trees where you can upgrade your character a little bit. But basically, what happens is you do a perfect parry, you charge your Fu charms, and then you can do an attack where what you do is you dash past an enemy or enemies, and any enemies that you dash past, you'll slap a talisman on them or a charm on them, and then they explode. The whole parry system is kind of based off Sekiro because there is no guard button. You have, if you hit the guard button and your timing is slightly off, you can still block. If you hit it perfectly, you get that perfect parry where it charges your talismans. If you're too early or too late, then it just doesn't do anything and you just take the damage. They call it a taopunk or a Dowpunk, which is a fusion of, you know, because we know like cyberpunk and steampunk and all that. Well, Dowpunk is a fusion of kind of those elements with Taoism, the traditional Chinese religion. It's kind of got this traditional, you know, Chinese clothing. It's kind of got this Chinese music, but, you know, it's kind of got the cyber beats over it and whatnot. There are sci-fi elements. It is intended to be released on the PC and the Mac. We know it's coming out on Steam, but they are also intending to release it on Nintendo and PlayStation consoles. I did not see anything about Xbox yet. I don't know, maybe they will add that later, but Taiwan is very much a PlayStation country, or PlayStation and Nintendo. Switch is definitely king here. But then PlayStation comes in second, and Xbox is a very far third. So it doesn't surprise me that it wasn't one of their priorities, but hopefully, you know, just for exposure's sake, they'll get more out there. One of the things that they said was one of the most difficult things is translation, which I thought was interesting because, and this does come into it, because if you are familiar with Chinese mythology, you're going to catch a lot of stuff. Whereas if you're not, there's going to be a lot of things that they're almost like Easter eggs in a way that you're going to miss. So yeah, definitely having that knowledge of Chinese mythology and stuff is going to allow you to appreciate it quite a bit more.